Good morning or good evening YouTube, I'm back here with another guide here, and today it's a hero build guide where I'm showing you Sun Wukong. A lot of you guys asked me for this Sun Wukong guide, and I promised you that it would be the next hero build because they have started to put him into a lot of these cheaper packs and also free to play limited anniversary box and stuff like that, so you might want to know how to build him. Now, in 2025, which is now actually almost, I think, 2 years after his release, or a year after his release or something like that, he's actually very strong still. He's still used in some teams in PvP and PvE. And I think he has a good longevity, and it is because of his skill kit actually. Now, obviously you can just read his skill kit, so I'm not going to go through that too much, but I'm going to explain you what is his cons and pros, what is he good at, and why, and how should you build him. Okay, so this is the ultimate guide here. It's for endgame, and it is like what you should aim for. Okay, so first of all, here he has a passive that's gonna give a lot of tenacity and mastery rest for the allies when he has the exclusive tree. He's gonna get it at the start of the wave, and he will make sure that you don't take a lot of damage against well, anything actually in PvP and PvE, so you are getting a lot of damage reduction there. He'll also get 8 of these layers of power up Dharma, which means that once he's done his S4 here, plus his passive, he will actually have enough to be able to do this one here, which is, if you look here, 8 layers, he's gonna remove all buffs from the target, okay? So he's gonna remove buffs. He's gonna make a big shield here, also like by 60% of his HP. And this shield also will remove cooldown, not cooldown, control effects when you have it at exclusive 2. So it can also remove any debuff here, including from control effect at exclusive 2, okay? And at exclusive 2, he will cast it at the beginning of the battle, so you will definitely need to have him at exclusive 2 at the minimum, okay? Because that is just so convenient to have that big shield that also adds the tenacity and mastery res at the beginning of the battle. Now, there are a few ways that you can build this guy. First of all, I'm gonna say that yes, he can do some damage. He's a direct damage dealer, and you can use him definitely for Wuthering Coast and for Liuli and stuff like that, and Planar Rifts to do some PvE damage, especially early on. But he is not top tier DPS, okay? He's not top tier DPS. He is more of a tank that can support and also do a tiny bit of DPS and help you a bit, right? Because we have so much damage reduction in the game now that he doesn't really do that much anymore, right? But he will also do the HP buff here and the Ripple buff, which will further boost his own basic attack damage actually by 40%. And why is this important? It's important because most of his damage actually comes from his basic attack, right? And he also scales with HP. Maybe I forgot to mention that. So you want to have HP on him, and he's going to give himself 50% HP and 40% basic attack damage. So basically he's buffing himself also with a lot of damage, and he works very nice in teams with HP burn heroes and with the Boreas, for example, or other heroes that need the HP to do damage, okay? Now, you can build him, as I said, 2 ways. You can make him very fast and have a lot like a support. Just build him very fast to make sure that you cast this ability. Especially if you don't have him at exclusive 2, I would just build him with as much speed as you can and as much HP as you can, and then just have him like pretty much like you would build a Nordic or something like that, right? Just build him the same way, speed and HP, and then you are ready to go. But if you want to build him for DPS or do some damage, you want to know that he actually gets 30% crit rate from his passive, which is super nice when you're trying to build him for damage, because that means you just have to build him with 70% crit chance to have the 100% crit chance, okay? So that is very nice because it's very easy to build for damage in that way. Now, you can see here my stats. I actually built him for damage, and I haven't really touched his gear in like maybe since he got released actually. Like we have the Devour set and I have a Slay set on him. And I'm using him pretty much in PvE and PvP at top endgame, right? Like I use him in arena, in champs and stuff like that, and I'm like top 10, top 20, something like that in most content. And I have a Slay set on him. It's just I haven't looked at his gear for a very long time. But that doesn't take anything from the video, right? What you want to do is you want to have obviously as much HP as you can get. You also want to have as much speed as you can get. And then you want to get to 70% crit rate. And then just pump the crit damage. Now you can see I have 400% crit damage. So obviously I've built him with some, well, DPS stats, right? And I also have a half a Devour set, so he's going to get another 18% basic attack. The best would be maybe double Devour or one fast killing and then like one Devour here, something like that. Would be very nice actually, right? And if you want to have more HP on him, you can definitely use your breakthrough materials on him. He's very good for that. You can see here that at level 180, he actually gets 210k baseline HP. So pretty nice. Now let's go through what kind of stats he needs. So for his echo, he has his own echo. And you can see here mine is just 1 star. But definitely if you can get it to 5 star, that is going to be very nice for him. 12% of his like the crit damage that is over 150%. 12% of that gets converted into HP. Very nice. And also if you have more than a 80% crit rate, which you will have if you build him with that, he's gonna make up to 16% less damage taken for the allies, right? For aura, I've actually gone with the Heart of the Protection aura. I just need 1 copy of this here, which gives me 16% damage reduction for everything, right? It's a very expensive aura though, so what you can do instead is you can go for a combat vanguard, maybe if you want to have that. Actually, that's going to work fine on him. You can also go for a hit grandmaster just for some extra HP, or you can even go for the boss slayer here to give him some direct damage. That will also be very nice. The rest you don't really need, because this one is the skill damage and you don't really need that. So, and I think for epic ones, the best will be either speed aura. Corey Horn aura can also be very nice actually. And then the bold confidence, also very decent. Just be mindful that you can't see this crit thing here. And then also deep targeting. I think those are pretty good options, but for me I would go with this Heart of Protection aura just to give him a bit more survivability for allies, or if not, then go for Boss Slayer. I think that is the second best choice for him. Blessing wise, you want to go with HP just to give him more HP, and then crit damage or crit rate or whatever you need to give him that if you're building him with DPS, right? If you're building him as a tank, it doesn't really matter. I think in the middle slots you can maybe go with a Leech actually, and then give him the Merging Echo when you're doing PvE stuff, but yeah, you know, right? So that is how I would do that. Now for emblems, this is the DPS build that I went with. You can also go for this here if you want to have him just do a tiny bit more damage. You can go for this emblem here, but I wanted him to also be able to shield just a bit better. So I went for those two, and it's just a standard build, right? You can also see I have a more of a protection build here, which is my second build that I use sometimes, where I've gone with this one, where he actually takes a tiny bit of damage from allies that are about to die. And it also works sometimes in PvP, but yeah, mostly using this damage one here. So that is it. And if you go look at his gear here, you can see that my gear personally is not that great. Let's see if we have any fast killing set, maybe just to see here. Do we have anything? Maybe we can change this weapon here, maybe. Let's see the weapon here. Do we have anything? This one has crit rate, HP, and speed, so potentially it could be better. But we will have to try some stuff out. We can maybe go in here and maybe go and do, let's say, HP, just to see. We have these two here, so if I equip this one here and also equip this one just to try it, let's see the stats here. Yeah, you can see I get more speed, but I lose a lot of crit damage and a lot of HP, so that will probably not work. But what if we go and do like this here? It's not really getting any better, is it? So yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. So okay, so that is how you build him, guys. Should we just go quickly and try him out in some content? Be right back. Okay, so I'm back here, and this is Wuthering Coast. I'm using the direct damage buff here, and I've just put this team in here. Now, you might not have a Beatrix, but I'm pretty sure you can get the other heroes here. Beatrix just adds a lot of damage, okay? So we can try with her and then remove her, and I can show you the difference, right? But this is just a standard team. I've put in a Catherine. I don't really use any good pet. I have a Nordic and I have a Jocelyn, and those heroes everyone can get those, right? So let's see how much damage he does here. Now, you can see here that he actually does quite a bit of damage with those stats that you saw earlier. Almost 3 billion damage, and I think that is pretty good for an early game account if you can get something like that. Because early game and mid game, you just want to hit those 16 billion for the maximum reward, right? You don't need 165 billion damage like I have. It is completely overkill, but 16 billion will be fine. And if you can use a team like this here and get almost 6 billion damage, that is going to be huge for you, right? So let's see if we can remove, maybe let's try and remove Beatrix here, because you might not have her, but you might have someone else that you can use instead, right? It could be Hanya or something like that. Might be good. Let's just see here. Who can we put in? Who can we put in, guys? Give me one moment, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back here, and I just put in an answer because everyone can get answer, right? With some luck here, and you can see here, obviously, his damage drops a lot actually by removing the Beatrix. You can clearly see it here that Beatrix was helping him a lot, so but that is what you get from having a limited hero, I guess. We could also put in an Apsara, that would be even worse, right? Just try to do it just for fun here, just to show you guys here what happens here. You can see that the damage goes up quite a bit, and then if we start adding more crazy pets like the unicorn pet, just to show you, it becomes even crazier. Now we're doing 10 billion damage all of a sudden with this pet here, and this is just to show you like the power creeping that has been going on. Right now we can go and add a let's go and put Beatrix back here into the mix here and see what happens. And let's just see here how much. Now you can see it's doing 5 billion damage all of a sudden, and you can see the team here. And even if you go and put the presets, you want to put the presets correctly here, right? So we're going to go and do the, what's it called, Beatrix here. And put that like this here. And let's see here. We're going to do, let's see here. Okay. So we put the presets, and now it looks like this here. 19 billion damage just with this team here. But obviously it's having 3 limited heroes and a unicorn pet, and it's just crazy, right? It's just crazy. But you can see here how much damage, his damage rose a lot, right? That's the important part to see. Alright guys, so I think that is it for now. Obviously you could showcase him in arena, but yeah, it's not, the showcase is not really, like, you can try. You know what? Okay, let's put a team and show him in arena. Okay, I'm just putting in this team here, and all of these heroes here are there to buff him and try and make him cool. Sorry about that. Let's see here what we can do, right? So we're gonna go first with our Apsara here, I'm sure about that. And let's see what happens then. Let's see, do we want to try this here? I'm kind of afraid that they are gonna die. Okay, they didn't die. Good, good, good. So now we're gonna buff with the direct damage, and we should get our turn. Okay, my plan was to get the turn with Big Jack here and give him the spotlight, but this will do. So this is the S4 here, and you're gonna see it here. They have a hench on the other side, so pretty good, strong, and you can see how much damage he's doing, right? Look how much, 2.5 million damage here, and he's absolutely obliterating the opponent team, right? So let's give him another turn here. Let's give him the spotlight, and obviously the Atkins here is going crazy, but let's see if we can just nuke that Atkins. Boom! Atkins is dead. 4 million HP, guys. 4 million. Right? So no chance for the enemy side. And let's just see if we can get one more turn. I just want to see another hit with Sun Wukong, just to show you guys that he hits pretty hard. We're going to give him the spotlight again. And why did he not get the spotlight? Okay, so look here. We're going to do it one more time at one speed here. Let's see the Nordic. Boom! Almost 2 billion HP or million or whatever. It's so high number now, right? So you can definitely see that Sun Wukong can do some damage if you give him the right amount of stats, right? So I think definitely, let's just see if we have one more opponent. I mean, okay, we're doing it just for fun here, right? So let's see. You can see here people have gotten the Boreas, which is obviously not very fun to showcase anyways, but maybe take some team like this here, right? Let's take this team here. Probably gonna lose it, but they have a lot of limited heroes themselves. And let's see what happens. Okay, let's just see if our team is strong enough. Probably not, but let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens here. So yeah, let's see. Apsara goes first, and then we go with my Hanya here. He's gonna stun a few here. We should have a turn with Nordic. Can we get the turn with Nordic, please? Okay, Giselle on the other side goes. Nordic did not get CC'd, so he's gonna go with the immunity here. And now we have the opportunity to go and hit Marie, I think, right? Let's see. Can we do it? Okay, yeah, so the Sun Wukong actually tanked that hit there. Which, yeah, but you can still see he did some damage, right? Let's give him another turn here. Spotlight here. Let's hit the Marie again. Okay, you can see he actually hit the enemy Sun Wukong there. That is another thing that I forget to mention. His passive, he has some kind of taunt mechanic. So that sometimes he actually takes the turn or the attack from allies and puts it onto himself, right? That is one of the reasons you want to build him pretty tanky, is so that you can do something like that, right? So let's see here. Okay, Giselle got one shot there. Let's see if we can do some damage on some of the other heroes here. We have a Lance on the other side also still doing some stuff, but let's see if we can do something, right? We want to kill that Marie, and there you saw the Marie actually died. And let's put it on 1 speed here while we are trying to nuke the Nordic on the other side. Also, Nordic is actually dead there. Very, very nice. And the reason is that Sun Wukong is actually removing the buffs before he attacks. So that is why he's doing a lot of damage, right? Now, let's see here. Can we get another turn? I mean, the Lance on the other side is pretty much dead now, right? So, but he has the, you can see the Lance on the other side. He has that immortal buff there. But what we're going to do is give the turn to Sun Wukong. And then you'll see here, I'm going to put it on 1 speed. And you can see Sun Wukong removing the buff, and then... Okay, maybe not removing the buff then. He didn't have 8 turns of that, or 8 layers of that, I think. Okay, whatever. Let's just put it on auto, finish the fight, and see how much damage he did. Alright, let's see. So this Lance here, he decided he did not want to die. There he died. Okay, good. Let's see the damage. And you can see the Sun Wukong, if you really want to get some damage with him, he can definitely do some damage, right? You can see the opponent on the other side is a Marie. Exclusive 3, Giselle exclusive 3, Sun Wukong exclusive 3, Lance and Nordic exclusive 5, right? It's not an issue for Sun Wukong to kill them. You just have to build him with damage. Okay guys, have a nice evening. Cheers. Bye.